What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Stellar Lumens to US dollar. We'll also be looking at the current coin market cap, as well as seeing whether or not this bear market is finally over, or is this bear run or downtrend finally coming to a halt. There's a couple of things I do want to point out in specifics in regards to some of these cryptocurrencies, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. A couple weird things have happened in the past couple of days, yesterday, the day before. And it seems like we're finally coming to some sort of halt. I know it's caused a lot of ruckus within the market cap right now, and with everybody, watching and reading and commenting all over on my Patreon, on YouTube, on Twitter. Everybody's going hectic. They don't know what to do. They're freaking out. They're panicking. You know what? This is really nothing too surprising or new. I've been, in the crypto space for a little over a year and a half now, and none of this is coming to a surprise, because we've seen this much lower and we've seen this much higher, and I know how these patterns take place, and we're most definitely going to go up regardless. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the intro, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Let's jump right into today's video. So as you guys can see, we're on the current coin market cap. Market cap is currently 258 bill. We have Bitcoin dominance falling 65.1%, 24-hour volume also falling 76%. So we're back in this consolidation, no movement, retracement, sideways movement period, where we're not seeing much happening. Bitcoin is down today, 0.1% or 0.10% at 94.59, and we do see the other altcoins are actually up. They are up and they are moving, which is interesting, but it does make sense. So the thing was, yesterday's video, I said that these altcoins were hitting the oversold line while Bitcoin was not yet near oversold. So it's either going to slam these coins farther down into being extremely oversold, or we're finally going to see them start to bounce up, and then Bitcoin is going to act inversely and just continue to fall lower. So that seems like that's exactly what's happening. These coins really are not up by much, if anything, maybe like 2 to 3% at best. But for the most part, coins are up and they are making a really big recovery. Chainlink, 15.7%. Everything is up quite a bit, don't get me wrong. Now, I do just want to jump on over to the charts, look at the altcoins, look at Bitcoin, and see what exactly is going on. So let's do that right now. So here we are on Litecoin's graph. So I just want to compare. Litecoin was oversold. Now we're back up. Bitcoin was not, I believe, oversold. Let's let this load in. There we go. Bitcoin has yet to become oversold. That's an indicator why we're retracing lower. Ethereum was oversold. And then Stellar Lumens was oversold. So it seems like all of the cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin were oversold. So they've already hit their bottom, but Bitcoin has yet to hit its bottom. So it shows that Bitcoin may continue to pull back lower while the altcoins are already starting to retrace and see higher levels of movement. We did see a very interesting pattern happen a couple days ago, which was when Litecoin pulled back down to $80-something, or even lower than 80. It pulled all the way back down to like $76, and then we saw an immediate retracement yesterday where we shot from 76 all the way back up to previously $95, almost at its high middle moving average, and now we're pretty much just consolidating and trading sideways. So the problem is that we're slowly going to see resistance with our high-low middle moving average. That's going to be a very interesting pattern. As you can see, this is going to cover the top level and act as a resistance, and you can see that right now, that as we get closer we pull back down. A lot of downwards pressure past 2 days, we've seen that. So we're going to see whether or not we have enough volume and enough support to push us into higher levels, pushing us up above here. Now, don't get me wrong, this is just an ever so tiny retracement in the bigger picture. We just had a very small hiccup, but we need these corrections in order to pump higher. So just because we're currently pretty much at the bottom at 35 on the RSI, doesn't mean that we cannot, explode to higher levels and break past our previous resistance, which is $143. So merely we could now start to see some consolidation and some slow uptrend, and we could branch out. Wow, did not mean to do it with that. We could start to branch out. Why does this keep going to that when I'm clearly clicking this? Okay, we could branch out higher up. We could move back up into here, and we could explode past our cap at $143. Our previous high for 2019, or our all-time high for 2019, is $140-something. So this is going to be the resistance to beat. Now, you'll notice that we do have these hiccups where we do shoot up, then we consolidate all the way back down, and then we move up again. Now that we fell even lower, we could anticipate another run to the upside. So it seems like it's repeating itself, if you know what I mean, in these smaller waves that are slowly getting bigger and bigger. So this is the first one, and you can see where we started the initial breakout is practically where the coin consolidated back down to. So where we started this initial breakout is where this coin practically consolidated back down to. Now we could anticipate another break even higher up. You can see how it all is intertwining with each other. This is the first break, then we have the second break, and now we could have a third break even higher, followed by more consolidation back down. So you can see that there is some sort of pattern that we are following, and we could potentially see another move to the upside in the near future due to the fact that we, not only are we oversold, but the market has the movement right now and the potential and the space to break to higher levels. Now, moving into Bitcoin, you'll notice Bitcoin is in a position where it can retrace lower, and it most likely will retrace lower as the altcoins start to act inversely and move up to higher levels. Bitcoin seems like it needs more time before it does that. It was much higher in terms of being overbought back in June 27th, we were overbought. June 26th, we were overbought. Right here, you can see this massive area right there. Now we're starting to consolidate back down. We discussed, or I wanted to discuss, this double top that happened right here as we consolidated back down. You can see where these 2 points are. This is 1, and this is 2. Same level. And then we started to fall back down. Very, very, very common to see these double tops. This is definitely a much easier one to read. And now we're starting to consolidate back down. So we could see this pull back all the way down to levels as low as like $7,800. This is pretty even with its previous support. And then we could start to see a break back to the upside and see that consolidation that we're looking for back to the upside. But, this consolidation was definitely necessary. We were extremely overbought previously. We got too high, and now this consolidation will inevitably allow us to move to higher levels in the near future. So all in all, I really don't think it's that big of an issue. I think we're ready to go, and I do think we have potential. And these are great prices. The market was in red for a couple of days, like 4 or 5 days, as we slowly pulled lower. Now we're finally out of this red space, and it does give us potential to start to move back up. So we can really anticipate that. I think these are all great buying opportunities and levels in which, you should consider buying into. Now, to look at Ethereum is also near oversold, and it is also below its high-low middle moving average, similar to Litecoin. They're almost identical, to be honest. But we do have to keep in mind, interesting, I do want to just extend this out. I know this isn't necessarily intertwining with it, but it will act as some sort of support. Let's get this. Bam. Okay. Now that that's in here, okay. I just wanted to leave this there in case we do decide to climb up higher. But you can see, I think Ethereum took the biggest hit of all, and it took the biggest dip. These other, Litecoin and the other ones, it looks a little bit smaller, but this one is much more, steep. The fact that we did consolidate back down, you can see that these do have these smaller ripple effects too, where we shoot up at first and we fall back down to the same level. We're doing this again, and we came back right down. I think this is just a mere pattern, and we're going to see the next big wave much, much, much higher up before we see any sort of consolidation back down lower. You'll also notice we are near oversold too, which is another great indicator that this is practically the bottom, and the bottom is potentially in, and then we could see a major burst to the upside. So I'm keeping my, my fair share of coins ready. I have been holding for long term for quite a while now, over a year and a half, and it is rewarding for sure. Don't get me wrong. I was in Litecoin back when it was like in between $4 and $20, and now it is, it's much higher. So it's all in all, I'm up profit and I'm watching. But for those of you who want to take, take a better approach to do more short-term trading, maybe you don't just want to hold on to it long-term, this is a great opportunity to be buying in. being below the high-low MMA, being quite near oversold, they're all great opportunities to be purchasing some crypto. Lastly, XLM blasting off, but you can see it's also in some sort of, downtrend. There is it's like a channel right here. Yeah, this is about right, where it just doesn't break out of these, if that makes sense. You can see it's pretty much just caught in between here, trading out sideways or trading downwards, and it looks like it's just gonna continue to head back down until we come into contact with this bottom support, and then we could see some sort of break that I'm anticipating, like some sort of swing back to its high-low MMA, something around there. But that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.